Today, I'm Mohannad Rizq. I'm managing the factory of Unilever in Saudi Arabia. I've graduated from as an engineer from King Fahd University, and then I've moved and focused my career into supply chain. And I will be co-presenting today with Basma. Basma is our digital and transformation lead in the factory. She's majored in information system, focusing on a digital and transformation, and as well she has advanced her knowledge and study as focusing on big data and analytics. So today we'll take you through Unilever brands. We'll take you through what we are proudly producing in Saudi Arabia, the factory history, and then we'll go into the digital manufacturing and what we want to share with you today, and how can you drive the transformation throughout your organizations. Is it still? Yeah. So these are Unilever brands. We have more than 400 brands in Saudi in overall, and these are the brands that what we have in Saudi Arabia. What we produce, and we're proudly produce in our factory, we produce Lifebuoy, Lux, Sunsilk, Clear, TRESemmé, Comfort, Jif, and Lux dishwash. We are happy that we are attracting more and more brands into our factory with the revolution that we have into Saudi Arabia. We'll take you through a quick video has been will be presented by our chairperson, Sheikh Abdullah Binzagr. We'll take you through the factory history, the heritage, and the transformation that we have done, and what we will go through, inshallah. So I think just we need if you can get the video.
بتوفيق من الله في جدة ربنا أراد يلهم والدي الشيخ سعيد بن زقر وأخوي الكبير الشيخ وهيب بن زقر إنهم يخطوا من عملنا التقليدي اللي هو الاستيراد والتوزيع في تجارة السلع إلى حقل الصناعة. إرادة الله إنه شركة يونيليفر حبت في نفس الوقت إنها تدخل مجال الصناعة، وبالذات في السلع اللي لنا تقريباً وقتها 40 سنة نستوردها ونوزعها معاهم. إرادة الله إنهم اتفقوا على إنهم يسووا مصنع في جدة، وفي هذا الزمن الصناعة كانت نادرة جداً. أغلب تجار جدة تركيزهم كان على الاستيراد والتوزيع في تجارة سلع متعددة. الصناعة هذا كان مجال خطير مثل اللي يبحر في العاصفة، ومخاطرها كانت تعتبر زائدة عن المأهول في هذا الزمن. فتوكلوا على الله ودخلوا مع يونيليفر وبنوا مصنع في جنوب جدة. المصنع هذا ربنا وفقنا فيه، وابتدينا نصنع مسحوق غسيل الملابس، سرف، وصابون الأيدي أو صابون الجمال كما يسمى اللي اسمه لوكس. وربنا وفقنا ووفقهم في إنتاج المنتجين هذه، وترعرع الصناعة إلين ما وصلنا إلى يوم المصنع كان ما يستوعب زيادة الإنتاج. علاوة على رغبة يونيليفر أنها تتوسع في إنتاج الشامبو سانسيلك، ومعجون الأسنان سيجنال، وصابون سائل لوكس للأواني، ومنتجات أخرى. فوقتها كانت المنطقة الصناعية في جنوب جدة بتتيح فرص لبناء مصانع في هذه المنطقة المتخصصة. قرروا وقتها أنهم يرحلوا من المصنع إلى منطقة جدة الصناعية. وبحمد الله على مرور السنين تمكنا من تمرين كادر شباب سعوديين مؤهلين عندهم طموح وشغف في مجال الصناعة، وتدرج منهم اللي تدرج في التقدم في وظيفتهم في المصنع، إلين جاء اليوم صار يدير المصنع السعودي، ومنهم أترقوا إلى مستويات عالية في يونيليفر. وبحمد الله سياستنا من يومها هي صناعة المنتجات عالية الجودة في بلدنا. وعلاوة على كده المصنع تحصل على مدى السنين جوائز، منهم جائزة الملك خالد، ومنهم جوائز عالمية على جودة الإنتاج. ومع الزمن الصناعة تحولت من الأساليب التقليدية إلى أساليب رقمية بتكنولوجيا عالية المستوى. ويونيليفر ما قصرت، طورت في المصنع بحيث أنه صار المصنع من أفضل مصانعها في العالم. والحمد لله بتوفيق من الله تمكنا من الوصول إلى يومنا هذا بمصنع الجميع يفتخر به. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Okay, so we'll take you through the SCORE model. I think a lot of you maybe are aware about that model, which is supply chain operating model, which is a framework that for supply chain management. In terms of plan, usually what we do is to balance between supply and demand and see to meet the business need. In terms of make, we procure what we need in terms of the demand. In terms of make, we transform the state of the product into finished good to meet the demand of the business. So the whole theme is about our consumer and the business, and how can we deliver that, and how can we manage the expectation of our consumer. The reason of sharing that is to show that it's end-to-end. So any solution that we will work through, it needs to be end-to-end solution, is not a project that only to land. So what is digital manufacturing? Digital manufacturing, two things are a key: connectivity and automation. So digital manufacturing or transformation is a journey, not a destination. So it is a marathon, not a sprint. Why is that? Because at the end, everything is changing throughout the years, and this is where we need to cope up with. The consumer expectations are changing. Consumer expectations are, in terms of quality, in terms of service, in terms of cost, are changing a lot. So we need to cope up with all of that. And the consumer is the center of what we do. And as you can see, we are starting with safety, because safety for us and quality are non-negotiable. So for safety, there are a lot of solutions now in ensure that we have the right PPEs, the right procedure to enter, for example, the enzyme room, the room of the chemicals which might be impacting the people. Quality, how can we ensure that whatever we produce in our facility has zero defect, and even with small wrinkles. Going into environment, how can we ensure we're controlling our water, our environmental KPIs? In terms of maintenance, so maintenance previously it was about plant maintenance. We have a schedule, and this we need to perform that, and then it moved into a scheduled system. Now we're moving into AI, where even the machine will tell us exactly that motor after 3 weeks might need to change. So this is what we need to do, and to avoid the breakdown. Production, how can we do the faster changeovers? And logistics also, by using our AGVs and using the automatic loading and unloading trucks, that will save a lot of money and a lot of efforts. But the base for that is having a future fit team. So having a team that are upskilled, that will help us to advance that journey. But whatever we do is related to our consumer. Next. Okay, so if you go back, yeah. Okay. Why digital is important? Why digital information transformation is important? I will not repeat whatever being said throughout the discussion, but the most important part that we need to look at is cost is increasing, inflation is increasing, and we cannot pass whatever we have into our consumers. So we need to look into a lot of solutions that can optimize whatever we do in our production. For us, looking into the whole journey that we went through, that we need to ensure getting a full alignment from stakeholders. At the same time, looking into why it is more important, we need to cope up with these changes. We need to ensure that our consumer is center of everything that we do. We cannot at the same time, but considering all what we have discussed today about the digital and also the colleagues that have presented previously, we need to be smart in our investment, because we don't sell digital solutions to our consumer. We sell FMCGs, we sell products. So if that solution will not pay back, or the cost of that will be too high, it will not be favorable for us to deliver. But the key message that we need to learn from that we need to be ready. And maybe you recall during COVID, the organization which have digitally enabled, they were able to fast track and they were able to deliver much faster. And there is a small example, for example, even small groceries who thought that they will have their POS or credit card that can be paid next to our homes. However, having this kind of sense of urgency was very important. So showing that sense of urgency is very crucial for organization to feel that change is needed. Otherwise, they will be obsolete in a few years and out of the market, because others were able to enable their digital solutions. So I will leave it to Basma now to take it forward.
So talking about the how and what, first of all, we'll be talking about self-assessment. So there are different, let's say, frameworks or digital frameworks that you can follow. And for this slide, we're showing you one of the frameworks which start off with a self-assessment, which basically is understanding where you are at the moment and where you would like to go. Second, talking about the actual digital levels. So the definitions are the same, but inside every one of them, it will differ based on which pillar you are talking about. Are we talking about logistics, production, maintenance, and so forth? So we have level 1, which is acquire, which is basically the manual level or a low digital automation to get data, which is basically where a majority of organizations are. Then we talk to level 2, which is visualize. In visualize, you start to slowly digitize your data, so having dashboards, ERP systems, SCADA, databases. And the whole point of gathering and digitizing data is to ensure you have smart data, not just any kind of data, because if you don't have data that is insightful and actionable, then it is considered useless. And then in level 3, you have analyze. This is where you start to have more of data integration, material traceability, condition-based monitoring. And at this stage, it's very important to consider network segregation. So the difference between IT network and OT network, this is to ensure that you have a fully applicable digital solution running in your factory or any other organization. At level 4, you have optimize. This is where we start into more advanced level of automation, such as robotics, AGVs, AI, machine learning, and so forth. And then at level 5, you have autonomous, where is 80% of your processes are automated. You have eliminated non-value added activities. And at level 6, self-optimizing, this is where you reach the ambition of 100% of self-autonomous to reach dark factory and dark warehouse. So after all the presentation that we presented today, as well as the ones previously before us, what are some of key takeouts and lessons learned that we would like to share from our experience? So first and foremost is people. And when we talk about people here, we're talking about change management, upskilling talent, having digital champions, because a successful digital transformation is reliant as well on people. And as leaders, we need to be looking at upskilling existing talent, because who would know our manufacturing environment better than the people who are already in the shop floor? Then we talk about local solution, and here we are focused on exploring local and low-cost automation, which oftentimes means building internal capabilities. So allowing your people to experiment and create and explore to come up with these solutions, because again, from our experience, we've found some difficulties in finding expert local suppliers who can create what it is we're looking for, at the same time having the ability to integrate with all of our existing solutions. Then we have scalability, and at here the focus point is don't be stuck at pilot level. So when we're thinking of a digital solution, we're thinking of scalability, durability, and integration. Can this solution be scaled to another production line, another department, another site, and how quickly? Is this solution viable 5 years from now? Can it be integrated with our existing solutions? And then we have end-to-end process optimization. And of course, before starting any solution, you need to thoroughly understand the process with the right stakeholders to have the right plan. Because as we all know, digital solutions come with a cost. So we need to be able to plan for the right CapEx and the right ROI. Because just investing or adding additional cost for digital and automation solution isn't always the right approach. Last but not least is cybersecurity. This should be a very focal point that we focus on, because it's the foundation and building block. Without the right cybersecurity practices in place, a lot of the digital solutions can fail or can have a risk of attack. And especially when you're talking about manufacturing, this can cause a plant to shut down or can cause disruption in your processes.
So we're looking into a code that show the importance of digital, and we found that from Cisco, where they're saying that might be 40% of the businesses might be closing if they don't feel the sense of urgency, and if they don't figure out a way to transform the entire company to cope up with the new technologies. So it is really critical. Usually, especially for the FMCG or the sectors where we don't have high margin, usually we'll look into smart solutions. We cannot go and reflect, maybe as Mazen said, that across all solutions while already available, because we need to check what will be the strategy for the manufacturing site, and also the consumer expectation and where we want to land. So not all solutions might fit all, but we need to look at the solution, the payback, and to build the business case and see if that is really important for current or for the existing state or for the future, considering whatever expectation might land. So thank you all. Please let me know if you have any questions about this journey. Okay, no question. People are tired, I think, at the end of the day, so sleeping. So thank you, team.